Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. The children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Bonjama, Reverend to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Every ink man, regular, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What you want? Yes, what you want? Yes, what you want?
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, right in the South, man. On the beat. To get your information. To the spoon, to be fine. Spoon, direction.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. The children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Bonjama, Reverend to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Every ink man, regular, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You want to get a news update, to spoon. Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want is for you body. It's for you body.
When one transformer go up, it take them 6 months to come change one. If you give Grand Bassa to Eton to run the electricity here, giving the contract, sign it, he can find partners, partner with them. They can come and run electricity here effectively. Government also give them ceiling and control the price. When you do that, Eton will make sure that every home is connected, because the more homes he connects, the more money he makes, the more people get jobs. All government need to do is, look, if you're giving Eton a certain issue, the laws are being disrespected. So we have come to test the law again. I came to issue rate on the people that assaulted me. Our rules are very clear. How a lawmaker can be asked outside. So I came to issue a rate. My lawyers in there, we're trying to issue the rate so they can send for them, so they can read our rules. So Jim Kule then can come and interpret the rules and say what the rule says. They didn't show in the rule book. What in the rule that say I should be dragged outside.
So
those are assaulted me and my colleagues.
Who actually you suing? Is it the House of Representatives?
Well, I brought the firearm and he called officers to court. I came to issue rate on them. I pray that the rate be respected. We come here because we need to read our rules. We need to work. We need to work in our place according to our rules. The Constitution is very clear. The provision of the Constitution that protect me is very clear. The provision of the Constitution that protect us is very clear. So to see somebody assaulting me, I need redress. So I have come to issue rate. My lawyers in there trying to issue that the rate is issued, so we can start to see what to do.
So we say, what do you stand to benefit from this rate you are issuing?
Well, I want our rules to be respected. The public need to know the provision of our rule that say drag the man out, put the man out. As long as the public know the provision of the rule that say drag the man out, put the man out.
To ensure the prioritization of stable funding allocations to safeguard the continuity of these vital programs and mitigate any potential negative impacts on the government of Liberia's development agenda. To enhance the Liberian Senate's understanding of the potential implications stemming from the suspension of U.S. foreign assistance, we respectfully recommend that the Committee on Ways, Means, Finance, and the Budget, along with the Committee on Foreign Affairs, consider inviting the Ministries of Foreign Affairs, Finance and Development Planning, Health and Social Welfare, Education, and Agriculture to provide a briefing this week. Such a discussion would be invaluable in assessing the socio-economic challenges this policy may pose for Liberia and on identifying strategic avenues through which we can support the executive branch in mitigating any adverse effects.
I'm gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa.
Okay, I'd like to say welcome to all of you across the world. Thanks for joining us tonight on another edition of the program Spoon Talk. That's the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. I want to welcome everyone. This is the program where we get to talk Liberia. We bring the issues to you as they unfold. We provide you updates on the happenings across the country and also give you an opportunity to express yourselves on those different issues of concerns. We bring you the analysis as well on those different issues here every night. I'd like to welcome you to this edition of the program. This is the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. My name is Nelson Colette. We are live across the Spoon Network, Spoon FM 107.5. We're live on Fabric Radio 101.1 and a host of other radio stations across the country. Thanks to all of you joining us via Facebook tonight. We're live on Spoon TV on Facebook, and we're also live on YouTube. Spoon Talk Live is our YouTube handle. Apologies to the folks who always join us via Fabric TV and Super TV. We have a little bit of technical issues there, so we're not bringing the show to you live there tonight. But we appreciate you coming on and joining us from this end. Let me go to the comment section quickly and recognize a few of you joining us. I see Nathalie Weir joining us here tonight. Thanks for joining us. My dear sister Lavette Bondo, Stephen A. Hoff, thanks for coming on tonight. Hepko Kazi is here. Thanks for joining us. Abraham J.R. Smith, Jerry Nima Himpa, the Pelican governor, is joining us tonight. I don't want to say where you're joining us from, but thank you for coming on tonight. Obadiah Smith is joining us from North Dakota. We appreciate you. And I see God Favor Caesar is here. Francis Ray joining us as well. Dua A. Alex, thanks for coming on tonight. Josh G. Kema, thanks for coming on. I see E.K. Seaton, Samuel Kofi Woods Jr. Is on tonight. Thanks for joining us. Moses Momolu is joining us from Iowa. We appreciate Emmanuel Saki as well for coming on tonight. Thanks for all of you. Thanks to all of you who are joining us. Again, please share the program as you come on. It doesn't matter where you're joining us from. We would appreciate if you were to just share the show in your different group chats across your social media handles. So we have a great edition of the program. Emmanuel Chokombu Smith, thank you tonight as well. And to everyone joining us, we appreciate your participation on the program tonight. So yes, it's going to be a great edition of the program with a whole lot happening across the country. We had informed a lot of you earlier that today we'll be posting the link for the show in the comment section so that you guys can get to join us from there. Many of our followers who don't get to join us, many of you just in the comment section, you make your inputs from there, you're making your contributions from there. We want you to join us and share your thoughts on the different issues sometimes. And we've set aside Fridays as that time when you can join us on the show. So I will very soon be posting the link in the comment section so that all of you can get to join us from there. And together, let's discuss Liberia. Let's talk about the issues across the country. Let's know what your thoughts are. We will appreciate as well, like you always do, all of you sharing your thoughts in the comment section, letting us know what your thoughts are about the different issues that we get to discuss here every night on the program. So thank you for coming on tonight. Well, what are the updates? What are the issues in the news? What is it that the news is carrying? What exactly are the updates we have for you tonight? Well, there's a whole lot going on. and it's just very important that we provide those updates here for you every night as we come on here to discuss Liberia. I see our brother AB, Muzi Abraham, uh, is here tonight. The mega soup in front of Neo. AB, thanks for joining us. It's good to have you on tonight.
Yeah, thank you, thank you for the show. Thank you
Okay.
for coming on the show, and then I welcome every one of you guys that joining us tonight. I mean, it's a good thing for me to be here tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, great. It's a great thing to be here. But just before going to provide the updates for our people, I know a lot of them want to know what the updates are and all of that. But I see the soup. Is it the university, the UL kind of soup that's before your name or what? What kind of soup is that?
It's UP. It's not so.
Sorry. Okay, so it was an oversight. I think somehow I added an S to the UP and it became soup. Yeah,
I
but
mean, Nelson, this is the party that I love so much. The Unity Party is my party. That party is my blood. Yeah, that party is my blood. So that is the
you
party
sound
that I
like a
love so much.
you sound like a sedition. Uh, and I understand you're a best friend to most of the seditions.
Yeah, the only person that them myself was not used to see eye to eye. It was Major Jefferson Tamakoji, former
Oh, he
major.
was your best friend.
But the youth chairman and myself, we all went to the same school.
Okay.
Bulk of them. I mean,
Yeah. So it's a great thing we're here tonight, AB. Plenty of things happening across the country. Let's update our people with just a few of some of the happenings. Obviously, we will not have the luxury of time to bring those different updates. But it's very important. A whole lot happening across Liberia, and I want us to start with the Liberia National Fire Service. This entity is very key. What they do is crucial. It's very significant to the safety of Liberians, and that's one reason why, in fact, a lot of people get very concerned when they hear Liberia National Fire Service, especially when recently it has been the news about the institution not receiving some of the allotments and all of that. It became a major concern because they are there to ensure the safety of Liberians, to make sure that everyone is safe, whether you're in your home, you're safe. And in case of an outbreak at your home, they are there to make sure they provide you the education what to do. And in case you are experiencing that, they are there to provide a swift response to those different kinds of fire outbreaks across the country and all of that. So yeah, and with the frequency of fire outbreaks we saw quite recently across the country, that even got a lot of people more concerned and wanting to know what the institution, the Liberia National Fire Service, has really been doing, why they've been complaining about allotments and all of those different issues. And so recently there has been concern about the fire truck, the procurement. They've complained about how they've had just a single engine functional to fight fire across the country, aside from a donation that was made to the detachment there in Nimba County. by a businessman. Aside from that, they've had just a single engine. And most times when there's fire outbreak in the country, a lot of people get concerned. They will get angry. Why is the fire service not responding in the manner in which they should be? And so Liberians woke up today to this news, this information about the entity receiving the allotments that they've long waited for. I understand the Ministry of Finance, the government of Liberia has been able to live up to this commitment to ensure that this entity, the Liberia National Fire Service, can get some fire trucks. So it's not just the fire trucks. It's beyond the fire trucks, especially when folks were celebrating today. The celebration and everything was just beyond the fact that they had fire trucks. So they were able to receive the first batch of logistics, which contain 8 fire trucks. So you can imagine this, AB. When they took over, when this current leadership of the fire service took over, they had 3 functional engines. Due to issues, 2 of the engines went down, so they were left with just 1. And so with the recent intervention, the institution has now gotten 10, that's 8 fire trucks. They've gotten 1 ambulance, and there's an employee bus as well to address some of the issues, to make sure that the employees can commute, and all of that. So, but the information is that these equipment were being arranged for and by the past administration. The negotiations, the arrangements, and all of those things started under the past administration, and this current administration was able to make it possible to have those people getting the fire trucks. And so the institution is here to release an official statement with respect to this particular issue. But what remains clear is that they were able to get some fire trucks today, 8 brand new fire trucks to help fight fire or address the fire situations across the country. By-election is expected to be held in Nimba County with the passing of Senator Prince Yelugbe Johnson. I think a lot of you are aware. He's been laid to rest. And so the National Elections Commission will be issuing a rate for the by-election, a rate of election for the by-election in Nimba County. We understand they're expected to do this on Monday, about the 10th of February. And that rate of election will now set the pace for the conduct of the pending Nimba County senatorial elections there. And so but why this is still ahead, AB, just the other day we were having a conversation around some of what has been going on in the county ahead of the by-election. For example, the widow of the fallen senator, whose vacant seat, all of those lawmakers are going to be, all of those aspiring to become senators are going to be getting to the race for Senator Prince Johnson. His wife endorsed the candidacy of Samuel Koga, the representative, Honorable Koga of Nimba County, who happened to be the chairperson of the majority black in the saga we just saw up Capitol Hill. Yeah, so and that's those are activities that are just moving hand in hand with the by-election, ahead of the by-election there in Nimba County. One of the issues that has been a major conversation across the country has been the exchange rate. And it's not just with this government, it has been a concern even from with previous administration. Liberians are always concerned when the conversation about the exchange rate gets on the table, because one way or the other, everyone get affected when there's an increase in the exchange rate. And so of recent, there were concerns about the exchange rate. A lot of people saw the rate reducing drastically. When the government took over, the exchange rate was at 197, 198, some places 200, thereabout. Now, in the first few months of this administration, we saw the rate started to decrease. The rate went as low as 185, 180 Liberian dollars to $1 USD. But just about a month or less than a month after, the rate has started to increase again. The Central Bank of Liberia pulled up this particular notice some hours ago, giving the public an idea of what the exchange rate should be. So you have for February, from February 6th, so from the 31st of January to February 6th, this is what the rate is, the buying rate. As you see, there is 196. That is when you carrying your US dollars, to the bureau, the Forex Bureau, to change. Or maybe you went to buy and you didn't have, USD. So 196. But if you wanted USD and you had Liberian dollars, is 198. That's according to the Central Bank of Liberia. So what this means is that maybe the exchange rate have started to increase from the 185, 186, 87, or as low as 180 we saw it some time ago. The exchange rate is again increasing, which is a concern for so many people, so many Liberians, especially when you have a economy of a dual currency and all of that. So that becomes a major concern for a lot of people. So yeah, these are a few of the happenings across the country. You want to talk about the groundbreaking ceremony today as well. The government of Liberia broke ground for the construction of one of the biggest, if not the biggest, rehabilitation center for disadvantaged youth across the country. That center is expected to cater to young people who are victim of drug addiction, drug abuse across the country. And the president was there, and other officials, and there was a groundbreaking for that very important facility today. Energy, the Energy Forum or a retreat or whatever is expected to take place on the weekend. The vice president has been seriously concerned with that. And yes, so those are just a few of the many happenings. I like us to go ahead and do our opening as we always do, and then we're going to move into the conversations tonight. We can give all of the updates, but obviously, there are just so many things happening across the country. You want to talk about the LDA on the other end. The former director general of the entity, Colonel A.B. Kraman, has filed a $3 million libel lawsuit at the 6th Judicial Circuit Court, the Civil Law Court, and the lawsuit is filed against the brother to the former deputy director and that of the deputy director, Hassan Fadika, and Hussein Fadika. So yes, he filed that lawsuit we're looking to see how that goes. But this is coming after the both of them were suspended. The director general and the deputy director general was suspended from the LDEA after a very long time. Then the president decided to dismiss the both of them. So there was a 10-count petition where the former director general claimed that the defendants accused, in which he accused Hassan of being, he accused the defendants of maligning his character, accusing him of a lot of other stuff, and so we'll go into that. We'll definitely go into that. It has some roots around the Japan case. At some point, the both parties went head on, and the director general was being accused of a whole lot. So since he has been vindicated from the original Japan drug saga, he has now filed a lawsuit of damages and all of that. So we're going to go into that plus other issues tonight. But I'd like to welcome everyone to the show. Let me bring Vasco on. I see, whenever Vasco joins in from this basement, it's troubling, And when you see the speaker and all that kind of thing, behind Vasco and they may not get glasses on, you can understand how it would be for the next. But Vasco, it's good to have you on tonight. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nelson. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. Let me say hi to you, my brother AB. We are waiting for a very tough, provocative show tonight. And that's what I'm here for tonight. So, Nelson, thank you for bringing me on.
Okay. So let's do our opening. AB, you want to go ahead? Let's hear your opening quickly, and then we can start the show.
Nelson, thank you very much.
Sorry to interrupt you, AB. While we're doing our opening, I'm going to post the link in the comment section. We can take like three folks from the audience tonight to join the show. So I'm posting the link in the comment section. You can click on the link and you'll be able to join us tonight. Yeah. So our co-host for tonight is yet to join in. As we stated last evening, Sandy will co-host tonight. So yes, let's hope we can have a great show. But go ahead. Let's hear you, maybe.
Nelson, thank you very much. Liberia is just getting more interesting more. I am very happy, and very soon I'll be moving back to Liberia because there is no need for me to be here in the U.S. After my study, I think I will be able to relocate back to my country because that is the country that we all want to see the good things that our government is doing. So I will be going back home very soon for me to go to provide job opportunity as well for our comrades. So I want to get more interested in the transportation business, in me making sure that our brothers and sisters, that the government can be able to create that avenue for me registering my organization, for me being able for me to send for my cars, for my accounts to be able to get into the country, and for us to be able to provide job opportunity for our comrades. But on a serious note, the vice president is doing tremendous work, and I must appreciate him and his darling wife. These people, they are the people's leaders, and that's why once you have been elected, for you to be able to serve, this is what we don't we are expecting for us to be able to see, for us to see more good. But not to waste much of your time. I just cannot wait for me to be able to go into the discussion tonight, and I'm waiting for anyone from the other side for me to be able to shoot them with an intellectual bullet.
Well, thank you for being on tonight, AB.
That's
Vasco, you want to
big,
do your
bro.
opening?
Yeah, Nelson. I mean, look, for me, I want to start like this. I want to discuss about the bread and butter issue that affecting our people in the country. I mean, I was in Liberia 2020, 2019 and 2021. I spent like a month plus. 2 times I went there. And I just came back from Liberia 2023. The country is moving in the wrong direction. Our people are suffering. Nelson. Now, the basic thing that our people need, because we know the government cannot do everything, but the government should be the one to provide those basic things. You cannot employ everybody, but those things that the people need, especially our stable food, okay? Water, electricity, at least. If people don't even have the food to eat in a day, let them sleep good. But the people don't have the food and the people don't even sleep good. It's troubling. I was in Liberia so many days I slept on the floor.
So, but no, wait,
In my
Vasco.
house.
But Vasco, why did you have to sleep on the floor? If
Because
anybody
you
Vasco, maybe we're trying to be political here with this whole thing.
I have to
I mean, we're
sleep on
about
the
to
floor
start it,
because
too,
of the
but
heat.
if you want to get the whole show started ahead of time.
Let me do my opening.
No, I'm coming.
Okay.
You left from the US, you came to Liberia.
Yeah.
On a vacation or whatever.
Yeah.
And you said, and now you're telling us people suffering in Liberia, and because people suffering in Liberia, you Vasco left the US, you came to Liberia, and you were sleeping on the floor. Why did you have to sleep on the floor?
Listen. Look, you see, for some of us, we are commoners. People who know me. A lot of people are wondering, bro, Vasco, where you coming from? Where you coming from? Where you coming from? I said, man, I around. Nancy, if you see me, if you're going to see me the time when I'm in Liberia, you will say about Vasco, yeah? A lot of people don't even know that I came from America. Because I'll always be common. I wear my shower slipper. I moved around my friends.
Vasco,
I wanted to
why
live
did you
and
have
have
to
the
sleep
people.
want people to beg you that why? Not because
Vasco?
No, let me just give me chance.
No, I'm coming, Vasco.
If
Why
I
did
in my
you have
house,
to
I
sleep on the
got
floor?
my own house, Nelson. I got my own house, right? In a most some days I was in a hotel, but you be in your house by 2 a.m.
They are asking you why you have to sleep on the
You
floor.
want me to come outside to go look for a place to sleep? The only thing that will help me, I got to sweep the tiles in my room there and get it on the cold floor. That's the only thing.
Oh, okay.
And you understand? Just so
you
I
have,
can be
you have to sweep your floor. All right.
Yeah, so these are things that we need to be talking on this show here.
Okay.
When we can to spend some time on those basic things that the people need. Because I'm a living Wednesday. What they say, more Ali. I was in Alabama 3 weeks, no water. 3 weeks, no water.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sit here someday and be talking about government bring and how you call the thing? And water and seawater truck. They say a fire service truck.
Yeah, thank you.
Look.
Thank you.
Now, every night, the moderator of the show,
please take 20 seconds to conclude. So
let me conclude, Nelson.
Yeah.
So, like I always say on this show, where we left the country is reversing. Since we are moving the country forward, the people came and destroyed the whole place. Everything, Nelson, sovereign, better cola. I went to buy better cola. $100 for a piece of better cola while I was buying $20, 2021 when I went to Liberia. Cold water, the plastic water. Now we're buying $5. They say one plastic bear water for $10. Everything.
Vasco, no,
Sovereign was
listen,
buying
Vasco.
$30.
No,
Sovereign at
listen,
150,
Vasco.
$60.
Vasco, thank you.
Thank
These
you.
are
Thank
things
you.
that are born.
Va-
So just imagine, common people that don't have it. How you think the people managing? We had a president speaking to the nation and lying to the public that he reduced rest price. So they go ask for rest in the market. You feel sorry for the people.
Thank you, Vasco. I want to hold you there. This is just the opening.
Yeah, that's my
It's very
opinion.
important. But Vasco, let me say this. I'm in Liberia. I don't know what your experience or what I don't know what you experienced, how you experienced it. With the LEC thing, yes, I can understand where you come from. Sometimes it's cold, and stuff like that. So you're not used to the heat we used to here. For Vasco to say on the show that a sachet of water or one bag of water in the country is $10, Vasco Dalanchu.
Where you are buying your own water from?
Because no, I need to ask you where
I was
you are
buying my
buying your
water
own
from
water.
people who do retail. People who buy them 1, 2, 3 sack. They sell it. Like I told you, I wanted to live like the people. I wanted to feel the thing that the people feeling.
Vasco, eating a sack of the retailers, they don't sell a sachet of water or one bag of water for $10. Vasco, it's not true.
I say it depends.
I hope you know a lot of people are listening to you.
Definitely, I bought my water $10. I bought one sack of water $10.
So where you were buying your sack of,
on 11th Street, that's where I live, 11th Street. People buy the 1 or 2 sacks, they put it in the cooler to sell it. And I'm going to say Vasco $10 for one bag. I buy it.
Wow.
Right. Nelson.
We're not welcome Rudolph to the show yet. Thank you.
Maybe some people buying 30, 50 sacks, they will sell their own different. People who buying 2 sacks.
Maybe because they're making from Morocco, so they put them under to.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Let's give our brother. But we appreciate you, Vasco. That was a great way to start the show. Our experiences are different. Right. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe you said you are trying to be a commoner, but your efforts did not really bring the kind of result. Maybe the people thought about Vasco. Nobody's selling water in the country for $10 for
no, I bought my water $10.
Okay. But go ahead. Rudolph, what's in your mind? Your opinion? Let's hear you.
Good evening, guys. It's good being here again today. Nelson, they got enough over there. Well, Vasco, when I eat Vasco money here for long. So when I watch, Vasco is a pretty famous guy on our whole street there, the whole 11th Street. So maybe they were just trying to eat some of Vasco money some kind of way. Like, oh, well, that's not the price, Vasco. But yeah, I'm happy again to be here tonight after a long stay away. Whenever we can find the time to be here, we will do it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a fruitful conversation tonight. I'm looking forward to elevating the conversation above UP and CDC tonight. I am looking to be more objective so that we all can just speak the actual truth and not be political. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's bring our brother James Akane on. James, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nelson.
You're coming in low, James. You want to be audible a bit?
Thank you for bringing me on to the show today again after missing last week edition.
Okay.
Am I a little clear now?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
But go ahead. What's on your mind? Just your opinion. 1 minute, then we.
Okay. I was just laughing in the backstage before coming on with Vasco buying a sachet of water in Monrovia, Cinco for $10. I don't know. But anyway, it's part of the show. At times, we come to the show with a lot of maybe tension. At times, we need some people who will make us laugh and maybe wash off some of the tension. So I think Vasco is doing a very good job here. But with the issue of the electricity, I think we have heard a lot. The problem has not just occurred like an earthquake. This is something that has been building over the past administrations from Ellen up to Weir, and now the your Joseph Boakai led administration. So it's a problem that has occurred over a long period of time. It will take some time to fully address it. It's not something that will happen like magically, like it happens today and tomorrow you have problem. We welcome the step from the vice president. We hope it will lead to some fruitful result. That's our prayer, that at least beyond politics, our people need to live a better life. Everything should not be politicized at the end of the day, because a certain group of people feel that without them, the country should not go anywhere. When they are not in power, it should not be any other person who will redeem our country for maybe 2029. Let's try to get this issue of pushing things because we are fighting for the next election in our country. This is not helping, and which keeps happening over and again, over and again. CDC is saying Unity Party lied their way to power. And then CDC also is trying to play the same game by just basing everything around politics for 2029 election. And when you get power, there's no other plan you have for the citizens. Everything is, let me do this so I'll win the next election. You have lawmakers in the house. Okay, let me give my people small scholarship. Let me get the clinic small money to run their clinic so the next election I'll win. This is not taking us anywhere. We need to see the bigger picture for our citizens. It's not about the next election. It's what can I do for my people. It's not about the next election. We need the next election. So I think we need to start looking at things from this direction. What can I do for my people other than what can I do now to win the next election? Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot for your opening on this one. But I'd like us to get the show started now. I want to bring this in. Just the other day, we had this conversation around whether or not we've made some progress, we've made some gains when it comes to addressing this issue of the drugs in our country, the people affected, the energy that was attached to this whole thing about the fight against drugs, comparing it to where we are now after 1 year, officials of government doing the drug test, and whether we're making progress. A task force, a special task force set up to combat or fight drugs. The LDA on the other end was there arresting people, reaching out in the ghettos, breaking down the shelters of those disadvantaged youths. But today we're talking about a groundbreaking for a resource center. Now, this facility, as per the information provided so far, is expected to cater for disadvantaged youth across the country. The young men and women who are in the ghettos, sometimes you go there, you interview those guys, they give you different stories as to why they're in the streets, why they're living in the ghettos, and all of those different issues. A $5 million project expected to be constructed on a 10-acre of land in Burrillville. And of course, the wife of the vice president, the second lady, is the face of this particular project. Like, you have the group of 77, and those people were being catered to by the office of the vice president, and all of that. So too you have this, the second lady. So too you have this. Now the vice president made a remark at the occasion today. I want us to just bring a portion of some of what he said today at that very important program. Sorry, let me see.
For coming. Your presence here shows that you got interest in people living with disability, and your presence here alone is the finishing of this project. I want to say thank you. thank the community people, the chief, the elder, for giving this land 10.6 acres. I want to say thank you. You gave it free of charge through the Liberian Land Authority. I want to say thank you.
Your work is not in. It lives on in every initiative we undertake, every voice we uplift, and every life we change. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your wisdom. And thank you for your continued guidance. Thank you for always offering me your candid advice, like a mother to a daughter. And most importantly, thank you for your mentorship. May we honor your legacy by carrying forward the mission you so passionately pursued. On behalf of the Office of the Second Lady, the Group of 77, and the community of persons with disability in Liberia, I would like to present to you this gift as a symbol of our gratitude and a recognition for your contribution to our society.
Okay, so I want to hold this here. Now, first it was Senator DeLong with the rehab center in the rehab area, constructed a rehab center catering to disadvantaged youth. Graduated a few of them just about 2 weeks ago, and now it's a mega project, 5 million USD project to cater to disadvantaged youth in the country. I mean, let's take just 1 minute on this one ish, because we have a lot of issues to go to. Abby, what do you make of this? You are muted.
Yeah, Nancy, this project, I don't just see it as a personal project. This project is, she will be able to build this project for the interest of our disadvantaged youth. And let me say, thumbs up to the Second Lady for her to be able to think in such a direction. Because there have been a lot of people who have come to the presidency, to the vice presidency, that did not see the need for them to be able to build a constructed place for our disadvantaged youth. You saw the need to do so. Let me say also to the vice president's wife, and let me say also to also Senator Abraham Darius DeLong, for him being the dream, the method behind this project. Because ADD has always said it will be better for we Liberians, for us to be able to cater to our young adult youth before we drag ourselves into a tremendous chaos. And this is why I will always say to this administrations, I did not regret in me canvassing, me having sleepless night for this administrations, because this is not strange to me. It may be strange to some of you, but this is not strange to me.
Thanks a lot, Abby. Vasco, you want to weigh in your thoughts on this issue?
Hello, Nancy. Are you getting me?
I can hear you very well.
Okay. I mean, what I'm looking at is we got something I would call flow show. This is just another flow show, looking for something to bring out, to sway the people's mind for the actual happening. I mean, I don't know what kind of government this. These people don't have. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they have an agenda to work with.
Why do you think so?
You breaking ground for a project that you know very well won't be even completed after the first 6 years. So you want to tell me our disadvantaged youth, especially the ones that are in the street right now, they're going to be around there, no solution, waiting for you to construct a place to take them? No. And I want to say thank you to President Weah. Because I can remember when the United Party government came to power, they graduated a lot of disadvantaged youth. The CDC government have planes. They have a lot of
But
disadvantaged
you know, we're not going to the CDC government plan now because the CDC government is not in power. The CDC government
yeah, but the CDC,
did not construct this kind of media facility. What's your take on what we're seeing?
I say it's a floor show.
Why do you think it's a flow
Just
show?
to sway the people's mind from the actual happening, from the
Why do
suffering
you
in the
think the
country.
government wants to sway the minds of the people?
Nelson, I don't trust this government. This government have never said anything to us that is factual. I thought you said our cloud. When I see these people, when I see action, the day I see them dedicating that place, then I say, oh yeah, the United Party now do something. But to just go stay and take something and be talking, listen, we right here, we'll come back here 6 years. After the first 6 years, that place will be just like that, with butchers and all stuff. What is the quick impact plan for these people? We haven't seen anything. This is a rescue government. That why you came to power? Because you told the people that you could do it better. I remember you beat on the past administration, especially when it comes to the drugs issue. But today, your government, under this United Party administration, if I now we got more than 6 different kind of drugs in the country, but they have no plan to just go break ground to them and do like a floor show or something. And what people will die while waiting for that place to be a bill completed. What are they doing right now for the people that are in the street? These are the things I want to see.
Thank you, Vasco.
I'm going to stay over there and be singing song, praise and worship, song all the way break ground. Now today you're not breaking ground good.
I want to hold you there because we have a lot of other issues to go to. We want to make the most of the time we have to be here. Rudolph, what's your take on this issue? Let's hear you.
Yes, Nelson. So I will start by saying this. One of the greatest measures of one's integrity is to always be honest with the truth. So if you will see the truth and you bypass it, then I don't know. But Nelson, the first question you asked was that how is the momentum, from the beginning of this government when the president declared drug a national emergency? We saw a lot of efforts in that direction. But if you ask me if we are still on that same speed, my answer to you would be no. I think, to be honest with you, the fight against drug to a certain extent has decreased, and which it's not a good thing, honestly, because with the way this government started by having the president taking his drug test and even urging and encouraging other government officials to follow suit, I did expect to see a lot more actually. But this is indeed a step in the right direction. And we should not be pessimistic, because in all we come here to say, I do believe that we all want to see Liberia grow, or we all should want to see Liberia grow and get better. Nelson, the issue of drug to a certain extent is a bit personal, because um, I'm a very young man. I graduated from high school with some brilliant young people, and today they are in the streets right now. So it breaks my heart every day when I see friends who I went to school with, people who I ate kobo with during recess period. When I see them in the street smoking drug and sleeping in the graveyard, it breaks my heart. So this is indeed a step in the right direction. But Nelson, my only uh, issue here is that what is the plan to integrate these people into society? I mean, we can have these facilities. We can, I mean, have people graduating from these various rehab programs. But is there any plan plan to reincorporate them into society? I mean, do we have, like, I would say, jobs for them? Are we trying to put them into community colleges where they can learn trades and be able to be productive young people again? Do we have that plan? I think the government should start to look in that direction as well. Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot, Rudolph. James, let's hear you.
Uh, Thank you, Nelson. I think the action to build a rehab
You want
center
to
for.
bring your mic down a little bit because I think the only
Okay,
thing is
sorry.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm saying the action by the government to build a rehab center is welcoming. I think these are some of the steps we need for our youth in the street who are on drugs. But I think for me, I personally think there should be something else done before maybe going to the rehab center. It's like if you have a well that is full of water and you
Mhm.
want to get the well drained, want to drain the well, you should stop every inflow of water. That's the best way to get the well dry. We should start fighting to reduce the inflow of drugs, fight the importers, reduce the importation, and then you start the rehabilitation, you will have a very good success. Because even if you rehabilitate these guys and send them back into the community where there is a huge outflow of drugs, you might have a relapse. Most of the guys will go back, especially in our country when they don't have most of them are not capacitated to go back to school to sponsor themselves in school. They don't have jobs, they have a lot of challenges in the society, they might relapse. So we need to take the fight against drug to the highest possible level. Although we know drug dealers are very powerful in every society because they earn money, they fight the system back, but we need to work hard to fight the drug dealers, and then we rehabilitate the guys from the street, and then we have a very good result. But if we could build 500, 600 rehabilitation centers, when the inflow of drugs is still high, you are making no progress because the guys will come back from the rehab centers and they will relapse. And don't be surprised that you will even have people smuggling drugs into the rehab centers. As I think recently there was a case of police officers at Central Moreover Central Prison who were smuggling drugs into the cells for people to take in. You have these cases. So I think we need to fight the inflow of drugs before paying more attention to rehabilitation. That's my own personal opinion on this drug issue.
But at what point do we sit and realize that we've fought the the influx of drugs in the country? We've made progress. We are ready to build the rehab center. Now, is it possible for us to get the rehab centers all across the country? The rehab centers being built while the fight against drugs is going on at the same time.
Yes, it's possible, but if I think I don't know, I've not recently dissected our national budget for the year, but I keep hearing people saying that the allocation for DEA is very low. You don't fight drugs with a very low budget. That's one. And if I can remember where the one of the I can say two of the suspended deputy directors from LDEA were on Spoon Show saying that they have agents of LDEA who are working in collaboration with drug dealers. Every time there is a plain raid against the drug dealers, they are informed that so when the guys get on ground, there's no evidence. So these are things that we need to think about how to fight. So if you have a drug enforcement agency that is working with drug dealers allegedly, as said by the two suspended deputy directors, if their words are true, then the fight against drug is going nowhere because every raid will be leaked to the guys and they will take cover, and at the end of the day you have no evidence and the fight against drugs will go nowhere. So the government needs to step up the fight against drugs. Just as we are preparing to rehabilitate the guys, we should also step up. At least the fight against drugs should be one or two steps ahead of the rehabilitation. I think that's the best way we will have this resolved.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, James. You know, and this is very important because as we speak, so many young people are out there sleeping in the graveyards. They've been disconnected from their families. Um, they are addicted to something that even they themselves, some of them, want to leave, but they can't leave it so easily. And they're stuck into it to a point where they no longer feel comfortable to go around people that they once hang out with. So, yes, these are reasons why the conversation around the whole drug thing and all of that is very important. And we look forward to seeing how that goes. But yes, this facility is in the tune of some 5 million. All right, 5 million. A $5 million project expected to address the issue of drugs in the country, to cater to uh, young people who are victims of drug abuse across the country. It's the first national disabled resource and resident center, and this is the phase one. But I want us to transition a little because there's just a whole lot happening now. The issue of fire outbreak in the country has been a major one for some time, and consistently, even on this show, we have highlighted how Liberians have been at risk, given the frequency of fire outbreaks and the limited number of engines that the Liberian National Fire Service have had over the time. How do we ensure that someone going to bed who is vulnerable, who doesn't know what the next hour holds when it comes to what could happen in terms of fire outbreak, how do we ensure that those people are protected? How do we ensure that the Liberian National Fire Service can attend to those people, can address the issues that they are confronted with? Recently, there were complaints about the allotment for the institution. Sorry, I want to get something coming up here. The allotment for the institution, where the folks were raising concerns that they needed to procure some engines, but the government had not lived up to her own side of this whole thing to get the engines coming to the institution. And for a very long time, there has been concerns that the reason why the Liberia National Fire Service has not been very effective enough has been the issue of the lack of the equipment. They didn't have engines. But today we saw these trucks parading the streets of Monrovia. 8 engines, an employee bus, and a lot more.
8 fire trucks, a bus, and 1 ambulance from the government of the Republic of Liberia. So as you can see, the new truck, they just arrived from the port.
Go, 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 go.
I want to hold it there, and let's hear your thoughts on this. Let's start with you, AB. The Liberian National Fire Service. Are we about to see a kind of robust, approach, a swift response, with the engines that we're now seeing that is on display to the Liberian National Fire Service? I mean, what can we say about this? What should Liberians be looking forward to seeing at this point? Sandy, welcome to the show.
Nancy, I want to say bravo to the National Fire Service. I mean, this is a good way to start. But I strongly believe that the National Fire Service need to do more. they need manpower. The National Fire Service, they need to strategize about how to recruit. In recruitment, so they need to make some issues attractive to the citizens. And furthermore, the National Fire Service need to go for training, whether it is in Ghana, whether it is where they need to be trained. Because there are some of them that just don't understand the issue why they are being at that autonomous agency. Because one point in time, I saw fire was occurring to a building. A man from fire service has to come to see the fire, then before going back for a truck, or before communicating how best the truck. So I strongly believe that that needs to be done, and the National Fire Service need to encourage the citizen for them to have them recruited into the National Fire Service. And I strongly believe that the fire service also need to be.
When you say to have them recruited, who should be recruited?
I'm talking about the National Fire Service need to recruit more people for them to be for that manpower to be more than to be beefed up, the manpower. And I strongly believe that a National Fire Service truck, then that coming into the country, it need to be distributed among the 15 counties as well. So that because the National Fire Service is not just in Monrovia. It's not only in Monrovia fire incident occurred. Fire incidents occurred in the rural counties and so. So I strongly believe that the National Fire Service need to open their tentacles.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. Cindy, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight. Let's hear from you, Vasco. Your take on this issue.
Yeah, next thing you know, I was at work today when I went on Facebook and I saw those water trucks coming in, and I saw people celebrating. So, oh, fire truck, the government just brought in fire truck. Let's see, that thing is not fire truck. That thing should be given to water and sewer to help Mo Ali. That's not fire truck. What there? Then people start joking with our country. You want to do something, do it to the best of your ability. Don't truck there until you have 500 gallons you can take. Water. Look at the thing. Look, we know, man, we live in advanced warrior with no fire truck. Not because they said, like, brother, trash can, you just go, you grab anything you carry there. He said a fire truck. Then start playing with our country. That thing you're looking at, that thing that's saying like a fuel fire. That thing that you're looking at. 500 gallon water truck. Water and sewer truck. When fire catch one plane, I think I will carry almost 10 on that thing before they call the fire off. Just to one
So Vasco, let's put it this way. The country has been running on a single engine. Now 8 additional engines have been brought in. Is it worth commending or not? Should we carry back to where we took it from and go back to the situation before?
Nancy, see, look, and the reason why in Liberia, our government don't do well, because this is the work of the government. When I gotta be commending government when they do something, the same thing they do with the fire and the yellow machine business and what they doing again with the fire with it water truck here. Today again passing all around it blowing something. Who knows? I don't trust this government. That's why you see people can get mad at me and say, oh, I don't trust these people. We saw yellow machine in the country. You not see the yellow machine again? Who know that the same thing here again?
Thank you.
Who knows? Maybe this is the same something. Because the last time I listened to, they don't asking the fire service boss. They don't say doing the CDC administration report. Huge money inside for you to get fire truck. What a fire truck? Where you did with the money? He was just scratching your head and this and that.
They did not receive the money. The guys pocketed it.
Who the people, the civil said, the message received the money. Okay? So who knows?
Thank you.
If you want to do something nasty, the fire truck around, those things are not expensive. The government can get more than 20 of it. This is a rescue government. You can go build a water truck that belong to water and sewer. They call it a fire truck. That's my dissatisfaction.
Thank you, Vasco. Let's hold you there and bring Rudolph in. Famola, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Nelson.
Yes, guys. You see, I will partially agree with Vasco on maybe two of the points he made. And the first one is that, by every standard, those trucks are not fire trucks. Let's be honest. But can they be used to put out fire in terms of dying emergency? I think they can be used. Also, when he said that we are not here to clap for the government, yes, I also agree with him on that one. But when we take up our time and come on these platforms and beat on the government and blast at the government, it's only decent and it's only responsible that when they start to do even 1% of what we are asking them to do, to just come and say, oh yes, I think they are listening a little bit, even though it's not what we expected or what we are expecting, but they are listening and they are treading in the right direction. I think it's just decent to do so. But yes, Nelson, these are not fire trucks. I saw the videos. I'm not going to say I'm one of the people who are very excited and who's going to grade this government 100 because we have fire trucks now. No, but I think the fact that the entire country was running just one fire truck, it was very disastrous for us. So now that we have 8 more small trucks that can be assisting in terms of emergency, is a step in the right direction. I don't care how small the step is; it is a step in the right direction. Because like our older people always say, you have to walk before you can run. So I think now we are taking steps. For once, I came on this show every time, and I beat on this government. And by the way, this is a government that I supported wholeheartedly. But I beat on this government. I said they are not paying attention to the fire issue in the country. People thought that we were turning our back on our own devil with dress, but that's me. I'm a Liberian before I'm a supporter of any party. Matter of fact, I don't have any party membership. Liberia is first for me. I'm very objective in my analysis. So yes, we beat on this government and we are seeing them taking baby steps. I think we should just say, oh yes, they are. At least they are walking in the path that we wanted them to walk into, and not be very pessimistic and just ignoring small progress.
Thank you,
Stop here for now.
Thank you. James, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. I think I agree with Rudolph on some of his points. Regardless of what little a progress is, you need to recognize it and then tell the people thank you for the progress. But at least for Vasco, we know Vasco is a sedition. What he didn't do for 6 years and others are doing, he's angry that this is limiting his chances of coming back to power. So it's not surprising. But one thing I think I'm looking at for our country when it comes to fighting fire, the way our city is laid out, the way our cities are built, the fight against fire is very difficult. You could even bring the biggest fire truck. Maybe there are some areas that fire will occur. The fire trucks can never reach there because of the way they are built. No good road facilities, communities. Some places, like once I went to West Point, people have to pass through the house of another person to go to their house. Do you think you have fire truck going in these places? It's challenging. But at least we have 8 from 1, so the total now is 9. that is a little manageable. Yes, we agree that maybe based on the large or the spread of the fire, the trucks are not enough, but at least they are able to manage some smaller fire outbreaks. Yes, okay. So AB is saying fire service should increase manpower, employ. I think fire service will want to employ, but it depends on their budget. If the national budget is giving them 1 million only for operation, you don't expect them to employ with that money, because at times they will be stranded. They don't have the budget to increase manpower. That's one. And the next one is, we had one fire truck in the country, now we have 9. What's the budgetary allotment to keep the 9 fire trucks operational and functional at every time there's a need? We have the fire service ready to respond. I remember when I stayed in Liberia at the time, working in some of the rural areas, there are hospitals with ambulances. When you call the doctor on shift, they'll tell you, I mean, we get fuel in the car. You want ambulance to come for a patient, you got to buy fuel. So these are some challenges that we should be looking at. The fire trucks are coming, yes, welcoming, but are there fundings available to keep them functional all throughout? That's the question. So maybe the government needs to work more to make sure that these trucks will not be parked at fire service without funding to keep them fully operational. There should be a budget that every time there's an outbreak and we have a call, fire service should be in a position to respond, fully armed with the logistics to respond to these fire incidents. Or else we have the trucks parking and no impact because there's no budgetary allotment for them. Thank you.
Well, thank you, James. Pamela, welcome to the show.
Thank you, my friend and brother, Sandy, and hats up to all the other panelists. Sandy and the rest of the guys, I've always said on the show that we don't have to be prophets of doom if we claim to love our country, because the most important thing, or the main reason for which we all deprive ourselves of our basic schedule and other things just to come on the show to speak to our people, it is because we still love our country. And because of that, we should always speak truth and be positive. Look, Liberia is an underdeveloped country. You cannot ask for a fire truck that is in America, that is of American standard, to be used in Liberia. Let's be real here. People will always wish for something that economically they can manage. Why you think the Chinese and other people who are involved in mass production are producing on grades based on your economic strength and your economic need? These are the products you need to get. You go get fire truck from America that is very big and huge. You even get good road in Liberia to manage your fire truck. You have the mechanic in that country. If there's any part broken, for them to repair it. We don't have that. And more besides, the government has done something that is laudable. So we should just give it. We all complain yesterday, oh, fire was all over. And this same very friend of ours was posting all of the fire incidents from 1964. All the fire that happened since 2,000 years ago. You are bringing all video and picture. He said everything was happening now. And because we only have one fire truck. But today, the government said, oh, they increase this, we'll add additional, even though it's not enough for everything, but at least we get something. They'll be managing this one. Boom. The prophet of doom up again, saying it is not standardized our fire truck. So when the house is burning and the 5-gallon truck is available, shouldn't we use the 5-gallon truck? We should wait for the 2 million gallon to come before we go off that fire. But let's be realistic here, man. And let's tell the government thank you. When the government does good, we say thank you. When it's bad, we say the same bad thing about it, and we give recommendation so they can improve. Because every good or bad thing that happens, it is for the good and betterness of our people. So if we continue to say bad things, like always they say the power of death and life lie on your tongue, let us stop saying negative things towards our country. We claim we love our country. You want to come back in power in 2029, no problem. Say positive things, because no matter what happens, you will have to come on a positive note to lead the Liberian people, not on a negative front. Thank you.
Thank you, family.
please.
Somebody need to get on mute. I think that Nelson or something.
The milk.
AB, we're hearing you. Please get on mute. Thank you. Trogon, welcome to the show. We are talking about the trucks that came to the country today. I'm sure you've been following the show. What is your opinion on this?
I would like to appreciate those who procure the truck for Liberia, and I would like to recommend to the government that that should be a temporary fix, and that is not something that we should rely on to fight fire in Liberia. And I know it is kind of like turning to a cliche, but I think we should try to employ some level of innovation when it comes to national leadership. So, taking that into consideration, the government can temporarily use some of those mini trucks that they have to fight fires, while at the same time thinking about how they can try to address this fire issue in the long term. And some of the things that they could talk about, like I read one of the guys in the comment section talking about using the fire hydrant, which is a sophisticated system that is being used in other places. And I think we should, I'm not 100% sure, but I think we should have some level of capacity in that direction. If we don't, all of the international travels our government is making, maybe they should try to make sure that they engage some partners who are going to probably try to train our people or come to Liberia and try to invest in that direction. And the thing is, I think we should not be begging people for fire truck. That we should not be going outside begging sisters country for fire truck and what have you. We have money in Liberia. We have the president, the vice president, the speaker, the deputy speaker, and the pro tem making a significant push or huge amount of money in Liberia. I think public service should be a matter of service and not based on personal accumulation of wealth. Like for me, I'm not opting for it, but when I get international leadership, it should be on the basis of my willingness to serve my people and not how much I'm willing to get. It doesn't make any economic sense for any one person to make more than 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,000 in Liberia. If you want to be a rich person, go into the private sector, compete with the Lebanese, compete with the business people. That is what we should be doing. So I think the government needs to be intentional about what they want to do, and in being intentional, excuse me, in being intentional, if the government is sure that they're trying to address some of the major issues in Liberia, the president should take the leadership role. Maybe he should try to radically cut his own salary and try to take some drastic steps that will lead to the reduction of a lot of people in government, especially those in key positions, their salary, because our people need a whole lot that the government is not providing. And I think that is going to help us a whole lot. I think our resources in Liberia are not being strategically allocated. Look at the budget. The budget is one thing that frustrates me more than any other thing. That budget, in my own projection, I think about 40% of the money that is allocated on the budget is just being wasted. So I think if we can try to reshift our style of budgeting and make sure that we have an activity-based, not activity-based, but project-based budget, wherein, for example, if the government allocate 10 million to the fire service, there should be a deliverable at the end of the budgetary year. Wherein, for example, if Kamara is the head of the fire service and 10 million is allocated, the president should go and say, okay, Kamara, we have given you 10 million, but at the end of this budget year, we expect to see this deliverable, that deliverable being presented. And I think if we start to practicalize those kind of things, what is going to happen for Liberia is that it's going to be easy for the president to, number one, deliver his State of the Nation address. There will be no need to fabricate lies, and there will be no need to fabricate lies, because at the beginning of the budget year, you have already set up deliverables for all of the government agencies and sectors, and that will help. This is not about CDC and Unity Party. I think that is something that all government, whether Baka, whoever come to power after Baka, that is something that we should be doing. And with the young people from the CDC, those are some of the new ideas that we are bringing to the national discourse. And I think, regardless of our political background, we should be introducing these things to our political leaders. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for your point on that. Look, I'm going to give my 1 minute on this.
No, man, you don't have time here. You are a moderator.
No, I got 1 minute on this here. Then we'll go around.
The brother has an opinion. I mean, the guy is co-hosting, so he has an opinion.
Co-hosting, don't talk too much.
Listen, I will agree with Vasco.
Any, as soon, sorry, as soon Amy show or you lose a position.
That's
You
okay.
get-
No, listen, man. Yeah. We announced last evening that Sandy will be co-hosting tonight. Remember? We said we were posting the link in the comment section for some of our folks in the audience to join us tonight. And Sandy is the one always pushing the case for the guys. So Sandy is.
Yeah, like my guys in the comment section to join us. So, look, I agree with Vasco in part, right? We cannot come here and say the truck we just saw today, a fire truck, they can be used to help with fire situation. But are they made and equipped to be fire trucks? No. There are clear distinction between fire trucks and water trucks. What we saw today are water trucks. That's the fact. Now, they do have pumps. They do have some pressure equipment to pump water up to help extinguish fire. But can they work the same way as regular fire trucks? No. And I don't think anybody is debating here that all we need are the American type of, I mean, even here in America too, right? They have smaller fire trucks. So we are not saying bring the gigantic or those huge fire trucks that we see on the American street. That's not the debate here, right? We are just clarifying that those are water trucks. So they established that first. But can they be used to help? Yes, they can. They can be used. So we commend the government for taking a step. I'm not going to come here and say what they should turn them back. No, don't take them back. We need them. So thank you for bringing them, right? I mean, I think maybe I would want to know where they came from. I don't know if any of you know how we got them. I haven't been following all day today, so maybe you can help when we are going back again in the round. But I would like to know how the government got them.
They came from Bangladesh.
I mean, we talk about Bangladesh. So how we got them from Bangladesh or wherever Dash, according to Vasco, you know what I want to know, right? Because often, like what happened with the yellow machine issue, right? We got them in the country without knowing. They came into the country before we could know where they came from, and the noise came up. So we want good things for Liberia, but I think the government needs to speak. You know, prior to bringing these things, speak to the Liberian people. This is what we're working on. It's in the it's coming in. We're getting it from this, government, or we're buying it from here. Speak to the Liberian people. And this showman thing we need to stop as a country. You bring one ambulance, you want to boom, 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 boom all around the street. You bring 15 pickup truck to give it to a superintendent, you want to host a whole program. Come on, bring those things, quietly distribute them. Once the people start to see them being utilized for the country, we know that the government is doing something. You don't need to show them up already in the street with fire trucks or water trucks. So I am not against them coming, but there are clear distinction. The futures between fire trucks and water trucks is clear. What we saw today in that video, they are water trucks. There's no end here. Formula is shaking your head, unless you can tell me what made those fire trucks. They're saying you on mute.
Okay, yeah, Vasco, I see your hand up. You want to come in quickly?
And Nelson, one thing here that is concerning is this. The fire service agency, nobody had any release or any kind of a press conference from them.
Yeah, you're right on that aspect, Vasco.
I didn't hear anything that trucks are coming.
Listen,
I listened to a private citizen.
Yes, I'm coming, Vasco.
Yes.
Can you hear me? So the Liberia National Fire Service is expected to release an official statement regarding these logistics in the coming days. But as it stands, it was just the whole idea of getting the items, getting the equipment from the port, and drove it at the Liberia National Fire Service headquarters. And you're right, maybe we need to have a press conference further understanding on everything before those equipment finally arrived in the country. But this is exactly where we stand.
Nelson, can I use 10 seconds?
My
please?
question now is this, Nelson. How can the government of Liberia procure fire trucks that they own, but nobody, even the people that are responsible for the whole fire issue, nobody telling us? Because this is a big news for them, right? They should be telling us that, oh, the government of Liberia through the fire service through the government of Liberia, we are procuring for 8 fire trucks with one bus and an ambulance. Nothing like that. They wouldn't pressing. And listen to one private citizen, one guy. Yeah, AB Command went into certain scaffold last time. That guy said he was bringing some fire truck to the country. They call him Too Sweet Baba, is a musician.
Okay, Vasco, thank you.
He said he was bringing fire truck to the country.
Terry, can I use 10 seconds, please?
Yeah, hold on.
I don't think they truck. I don't think the government bring the truck.
Okay, Vasco, thank you.
Thank
you. Water truck.
Hold on 1 second. Pamela, please mute. Yeah, Rudolph, go ahead.
Yeah, so, I mean, so from what we know, these trucks were brought in by the government. And Vasco, it's a bit, I would say, funny or a bit laughable for you to tell us that the government should have had a press conference when you, on the same talk tonight, you told us that you don't trust this government unless you see. So even if they were going to have a press conference, you would have come on the same show and said the people just lying to us. So now they say, okay, you know what, we will suspend talking and we will do so Vasco can see. Thank you.
Thank you. Family, you want to come in?
Vasco, please. Vasco, wait, man. Wait, man. You see the fire truck that were landing off on CDC headquarters to Camp Osa? Look, let's be serious here. You cannot politicize everything. They made, I don't know, you think you taking this show to be a comedy show. You get many people be laughing whole day. You say the government not see you, it can't be trusted. Rudolph have been saying the thing I wanted to say, make it wrong in front of go say my thing. But the Vasco man is a complete problem. Today, I mean borrow you get called back. He said when the people donor, people in the place say you say that donor. That Vasco theory there. The highest point in the country here, everything you want to put politics inside. We get small truck today for you to say, oh God, thank you. When few houses burning, will get 5 gallon truck that will go there and go color that fire. You say you talking about anything, like nothing talking about a landing off from CDC headquarters, a coming Osa. Thank you.
Thank you, family. Nelson, take your share.
I see AB had his hand up, so we can just make the rounds on this. Okay, so let's take up the time to do our closing because I have a little bit of technical issue from my end here. Yeah, there's a little bit of technical issue here, so maybe we can do the final round and just do our closing. Yeah.
Where are we starting? Okay, let's go ahead, AB. Let's start with AB. AB, go ahead, 2 minutes. Do your closing in your final round. You on mute.
That's what we're talking about for us to be able to discuss something else. That was the topic that he was talking about for us to be able to give our comment on that. Then we come on.
Yeah, Nelson said he's having some issues, so we should just close for now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but to me, no matter how the sedition and feel, we will do the job that was elected for us to be able to do in the interest of our Liberian people. No matter of criticism can be able to move us. No matter of criticism can be able to make us, for us to be able to leave the road that we are on. I strongly believe that this government is on the right track of history. And for Vasco to be sitting here and be condemning everything that this government do, I cannot say I'm disappointed because that's the normal way of the seditions. But in regard to the vice president's wife, That woman, she is far-sighted. For her to be able to think in that direction, building homes cost $5 million in the interest of our disadvantaged youth. That was brilliant thinking. And that was the reason why the vice president of the Republic of Liberia, he did not waste no time. And let me say thank you to the land commissioners for them fast tracking, making sure that that land deal and everything concerning that 10 acre and a half was prepared in a timely manner. So let me just say this, and before I close, that our government, this government has come to serve the Liberian people.
30 seconds, brother.
This government has come to serve the Liberian people. So if Vasco want to go to Dubai, let him go there. Let him go see how Dubai looking. If Vasco want to remain here, let him remain here.
Thank you.
But this government will try as best as possible for the interest of our Liberian populations. Thank you.
Thank you, Abraham. Thank you. Vasco, go ahead, please. 3 minutes or 2
Then you
minutes.
can keep me in the middle. I want to see this on the show.
Okay, we'll skip you for now. Go ahead.
Yeah.
We'll skip you for now. That's okay.
Lazy arguments.
All right, James, that comes to you, James. James, go ahead, please. 2 minutes.
Thank you, Sandy. Vasco running away. The man
Vasco,
want
I
end
was
the
still talking right
want
after
end the
you
show.
thought. Vasco, I will talk right after you thought stay. Anyway you do it, I'll be right after you.
The man want end the show on comedy level. That all he want to do. So, as we started the show on the fight against drugs rehabilitation, I think I still maintain that the government needs to step up the battle against the importation of drugs, while also fighting the rehabilitation side. Because if you do one side and leave the other side, you are not going anywhere far. Because if you don't stop the importation, rehabilitation and relapse after rehabilitation is 100% possible. So we need to step up our fight against the importation and intake. That's my point there. With the fire trucks, well, yeah, okay, we say they are not fire trucks, but at least we are now better than what they used to be in the past 6 years when we had only one. So at least now the 8 extra added together is enough to help solve some problem that we had existing in the past that could not be solved. So I think we should commend the government. We should not downsize their efforts of bringing these trucks in the country. My only point again here is that the government should make enough allocation that the trucks should remain functional. They should not be parked at the fire service office when they are called upon for action and say, no logistics, no fuel, no black, no this, no that. The cars are done, they are not functioning. You should have functional trucks, like a water trucks. They are not fire trucks, as we all are saying. Water trucks, the water trucks should be functional all throughout when they are needed. So I think this government is making some progress. We are getting there. That might not be, I think even in the great United States, there is not a government you have that is 100% perfect. These are things we all know. You guys in the States, you know that. And Liberia being a developing country that is highly reliant on aid to survive, we don't expect our problems to be over in 1 year. Like CDC calls the problems they cause. We don't think it can be solved in 1 year, not in 2 years, not in 3 years. It will take a time. So let's give the government time to work on the issues that we have to be solved. A step every day is better than no step every day. A step in the right direction every day is better than no step every day. So the 8 water trucks, they are commendable. They will be useful. They are very useful. They will be helpful for our people. Thank you very much for the show today.
James, thank you so much. Famula, let's go with you. And then we'll go up to Vasco there.
Is that a reverse order or what?
Yeah, we are tweaking it tonight.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I mean, yeah, it's a pleasure being on the show tonight, even though it's a quick impact show. We agree, we accept the the technical difficulties sometimes is part of it. But I just want to say hands up and bravo to the second lady of the Republic of Liberia, and also her mentor, the first lady, Her Excellency Madam Katumu Yada Boaka, for being far-sighted to see the need to have, a place. It has always been in the heart of the first lady, and it has always been the president wish to have this kind of structure put down for disadvantage, not only disadvantage, but it say people with disability. And there's no single family that, like what I copied today when he said that no one is free from disability until you die. That means until something happened to you, you cannot say, oh, I'm not disabled. So because at some point in your life, you might have an accident or something else can happen to you along the line. That was something that I captured today during the program. And I also want to say that why it is true that these are fire trucks, but in terms of emergency, names can be used to call certain things in certain ways. It is fire truck, it is a water truck, yes, but in terms of emergency, when it's going to go call a fire, we'll call it fire truck. So anyway, you turn it around like a business. But if you call it water truck, when you pack to Mo Ari area, we'll call it water truck. But when you pack to fire service and there's houses on fire and you're going to go call that fire, we'll call it fire truck. So the nomenclature will depend on the services that you're going to render. So this is we'll look at last year for Liberia and use it for Liberia use. So Vasco, thank you very much for calling the truck water truck. At least the government made effort. So let's tell the government thank you for that. And we pray that the maintenance will be upheld, and we pray that education will go around, because it's not only about getting a fire truck. Like I said earlier about the whole fire incident, we still need programs to go around and educate people about fire and how we can manage fire. Not everything will, if I said a fire thing, not everything will need a fire truck to go there. So if there's other means we can use to contain a fire, because you can contain fire before it become big. So there are other education we have to give, and the government have to institute program like that. Fire service will have to go around. If they will do school-based program, go to school and do it. Go to the cleanest and other institution and teach people about fire, because they do it here in other developed countries. They do it every 3 months. People, you see fire service will come to your institution and tell you about fire, how to manage it, and other things. So I mean, we tell government of Liberia, thank you, and our Liberian people, please don't be saying negative things about your country. Why it is true, things are hard, but they don't believe that things can get better. And the only way we get better if all of us put away our negative thought one side, put all the party differences and anything, all the things that can divide, all that put it one side and just pray and focus and push the government forward to do the best thing for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right, Vasco, please go ahead.
Thank you, Sandy. Sandy, you said something, and I think this is something that we all need to look at. Because, I stand to be corrected. Government bringing in equipment for our country, I think there should be, if government spending money to get equipment coming to our country, it should be something that reflects on the budget. Because just last week or week before, 2 weeks ago, this fire service chief was from DeLong and they were asking all kinds of questions. And my brother Ruda just told me that he said they didn't receive the money. And today we saw 8 water and sewer trucks coming in the country. How did they get the truck? So it is our budget spending, or somebody donated the trucks to the country. They don't tell you or nothing. And this is just another way to steal for the Liberian people. They get these old trucks and put pin on it and they pass around in the street. It shouldn't be happening. This is a transparent government. These are the things you're keen to power on. Transparency, accountability. But you can even say that you see material just in the country. Who knows? Maybe noise will come out again and those trucks will be parking and we cannot use it any longer because they didn't get it the right way. Nobody went through any kind of procurement process. We don't know. And you can't run a country like this. We understand this government is a government that don't respect the rule of law. So in every aspect, y'all just show it to us. When we talk, they answer with sedition. Me, I'm one person that the United Party should be clapping for. Because you know what? I'm putting the government feet to the fire. I'm not like you. You see your government going wrong, going against the rule of law, moving speaker illegally. You come here, you agree to it, you said a good thing. You want to tell the government to do it more, to set bad precedent. But I'm here to tell the government, they think you're doing that right. Why you doing that right? So if you listen to me, you will go back and do the right thing. So I should be one person that the United Party should be listening to. Not to come here and praise, sing them. No. But before I close, let me make the correction. I know, for you, pa, this is the government I can use. Sorry, my words, maybe the poo-poo truck to call up fire in the street. So when you see the kind of truck coming, you're happy. You feel that fire truck. And I want you guys to go back. I hear all of y'all talking about, CDC brought only one fire truck. Hey, man. The Indian government under the CDC administration brought in 5 modern fire trucks with 45 new buses. I just want to bring you back because we're on a platform that many people can listen to. So when y'all come here and we say only one truck, CDC brought one truck. No. I was sitting in the chat room so y'all can see it.
30 seconds, brother.
Okay? So please, when you come here before you say something,
Thank you, Vasco.
make your research. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you, Vasco.
Thank you. Josh, welcome to the show. But let's go to Ruda for now. Ruda, go ahead, please.
Yes. So yes. I think we have.
You got 2 additional sedition who just joined the show. You see it become unbalanced now. You see it. Vasco happy. Vasco sent a minute message to
go after one of them.
Let's give Ruda his time. Ruda, your time is being eaten by your UP's brother. So go ahead.
No. I come on this show. I come on this show with a lot of objectivity. I'm not here as a.
No, I was just joking, my brother. Go ahead, please.
Matter of fact, I don't belong to any party. But I will say this. I think we have had a pretty good conversation tonight. I mean, we were pretty much respectful with expressing our views. And I think it's very important that this government attack the issue of drug from its 3 phases. The phase of prevention, we should be very robust when it comes to preventing drugs from entering the country, and then the next phase of rehabilitation, and then the last phase of incorporation. I think after we have taken these guys out of rehab, it's just as important for us to also have them doing something because there could be relapse. These guys could come back outside, and then if they are less busy and there is nothing for them to do, they will just go back to their old habit. So it's important that we start to think ahead, so that when they graduate, what can we do for them? Is there any kind of like school out there we can put them into to learn something like a trade or something else that can make them to be meaningful contributor to society? We should also look at that. But and again, with regards to the truck issues, I mean, I think we have all agreed that it's not fire truck. You see, we come on this show. We have vowed to vowed to not reduce our politics to just UP and CDC. Going forward, we have vowed to increase the height of our politics and be very objective with everything we say on here. So this government, I mean, they have taken a step in the.
So going forward, eh?
30
going forward, right?
30 seconds. Allow the brother to say, please. 30 seconds.
No, Sandy, you will give my time.
You will take it from his time. So 45 seconds. We'll take it
Thank
for
you, thank you. So but this government is taking a good step in the right direction, but we are asking for more because we think we can do more. And also, I will end on the issue of the plan meeting for the current issue to go and discuss solutions for our current issues, which we have had this issue for a very long time, even before some of us were even born. We've been having current issue. We are hoping that this is going to be a long fix and not just
thank you.
something
Right on
for
time.
the
Thank
next
you.
election.
Thank you. Right on time. Allow the U.S. citizen to get his study time.
No, Sandy, hey, relax. I'll come back. Relax.
Oh man, tend to the beginning, man. Choco, go ahead.
Thank you very much. I think we had a good show, and there are a few things that I would like to invoke in the conversation tonight. And I'm excited that we are all outside of Liberia attending school. So, as an educated person, there's something called standard, and both the GSA in Liberia and the Ministry of Commerce, they both have two separate divisions that specializes in ensuring that everything that the government spend a dollar on meets the highest level of quality. So, taking that into consideration, if the government, with all of those sophistication that we should have, the standard division can allow us to procure a water truck in place of a fire truck, I think that is a waste of resources if we spend our money in that direction. And that is something that should not be happening. I know our initial comment was that would be an initial fix, but it doesn't make economic sense to spend money to buy a water truck when we need a fire truck.
So you go
So
read your book and you come back, you choose your point.
Brother, I was going to give you 15 seconds, but I think I will give it to our brother now.
I am
So
sorry, Cindy. I am sorry.
You can go ahead, please.
Me, Choco, he's speaking the opposition now.
You can
From
go ahead.
one minute, he can
Pastor,
no,
play.
you,
please, don't me. I'm begging you.
thank you. So to my, I'm gonna leave that point. So my next point is on the issue about drug. When the president took office, he declared drug a public health emergency in Liberia. Of all of the issues Liberia was faced with, that was the only issue that the president discovered and named as an emergency that needed urgent attention. Within the first 1 year, it is an open secret that the government failed in her fight against drug. We don't need a rocket scientist. You don't have to be a sedation. You don't have to be a unity partisan. We can all see that within the first year, the government was unable to tackle this issue about drug in Liberia. And I think our government, our government doesn't have direction. Our government is not intentional about things that they promise our people. Because if the government was intentional about what they said about drug, during the budget period, we're going to see the government allocating money for programs that will contribute to the alleviation or reduction of the amount of young people who are being victimized by drug in Liberia. We're going to see the government fortifying our immigration to make sure that those who are scooping in drug in Liberia, they will be prevented from bringing those stuff to Liberia. But we never saw anything of that kind. And I think if that remains a priority for the national government, then the government should make sure that all of those issues that they consider as their priority, when we look at the budget, we should see them prioritizing it in the budget. We should not see the president, the vice president, the speaker, and the president making huge amount of money, wherein things that they consider to be an urgent national issue that they want to attend to, they are not giving it some financial priority. So I think the government should try to prioritize things that they see is important to them. And I'm one person who I don't like name calling, but my brother Kane, I will encourage you to read a lot before coming on the show. Honestly, I heard you saying that President Riaz poor Liberia is going to take the United Party time to fix it. I think your understanding of the happiness in Liberia is probably upside down.
30 seconds, brother.
Yeah, it's probably upside down. And you know, I'm a physician. I'll be the first person to admit to you that President we are didn't do all for Liberia. But I think it would be unrealistic for you to tell for you to tell us that the President we didn't do anything for Liberia. You see, national leadership is structured in a way such that one person cannot do everything. For example, Bwaka have expertise in agriculture. We expect that after his, I don't know, 4 or 6 years term, we should see some transformation in the agriculture sector in addition to other sectors.
Wrap
And
up. Wrap it up. Thank
yeah,
you.
and just to conclude, you can shake your head however you want, but just to conclude, right? I think we should be able to appreciate the president for what he did, and try to sit on the old mat in order to plant a new mat. But for you to come on the show and squarely criticize the past government, I think that is totally unfounded, and that is being ungrateful, and that is something you should try to desist from. Thank you so much, Chief.
Thank you, Trevor. Thank you. So look, no, we're not doing back and forth closing. I owe Rudolph 15 seconds. So we'll get Rudolph the 15 seconds and we'll come to George to do a closing. So
Also,
Rudolph,
it's okay for
Thank
Chogon
you,
to
sir.
say somebody should go back to school and learn and be and before coming on the show.
that's the mayor closing. Fabula, that's the mayor closing. Just leave.
So yes, guys. First of all, I will just start real quick and say I think it's important that we start to respect personalities on here. I mean, we cannot be attacking people personally and telling them to go and read. Nah, I think that is below the belt actually. But so Chokon said something. He said, President Bwaka has an expertise in agriculture. So there's a certain expectation after his term, we should see some boost in that sector. Granted, agreed. Mr. We have an expertise in sports. Where did he leave Liberia when it comes to soccer that he played and played?
30 seconds over.
Also, let me just
how many games LeBron national team Lone Star ever won during President How many games Lone Star won? Tell us.
I will close by saying, James, it was nice meeting you on here for the first time. I think you had some really good points, and let's keep coming on here to talk to our people. Thank you.
Thank you, Rudolph. Thank you. Vasco, those
So, Cindy, I think we're done, right? I think everyone.
Yeah, we done.
George.
George. No, George not getting
Josh doesn't have. Josh is a spectator on the show tonight.
Yeah.
No, guys. I'm here and I deserve to say something, guys.
All your
Look,
friends
I just
talking for you, my man.
No. The thing
So
is that
let's give Josh just 1 minute because we're seriously out of time, guys. We really need to shut down here.
Nelson, 1 minute.
Thank you.
Or 30 seconds.
I know my brother Formula wants to bring a school bus and paint it red. You will say, or white, you will say the ambulance. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem we have. The same we agree that brought us to this nonsense. That what you guys are repeating now. You're talking about we agree. Even when I water to say we agree, you accept these things. Mediocrity. You accept it and you want us to say, oh yeah, the same thing. Yeah, because it will put water, it will put fire up because I water in the truck too. So that water truck, the fire truck. You guys gotta be careful because the way you guys want to take Liberia, if Liberia goes that way, will never improve. Because when people do something that is wrong, even when you support them, tell them, look, we did not expect this. You're spending money on water truck when we need fire truck. It's ridiculous. And I'm talking to my brother Rudolph, who was talking about President Weah was president, and because his expertise in sports, so we should have saw improvement in sports. Yes, the honor 16, honor 17, honor 8, honor 18, all those things were supported by the CDC government. Your government now, they are telling us that they cannot support them. They say they cannot support them anymore. They say they cannot support any team, any youth team in the country anymore. Agriculture, nothing, no hay, no tay. They say they can't support youth team, but CDC.
Where did because there was
where are you giving chance now? Give the better chance.
Man, where now?
What even the national team? What the national team achieved with Joe Weah?
My man, you see. Now,
let's do this, guys. I really don't want us holding people in the back. We have to do our closing. We're seriously out of time. George came in. We gave him 1 minute. Let's allow him to conclude.
Let me finish. Exactly.
Please.
Exactly.
So finish your 30 seconds, Josh.
So, guys, look. This government failed when it comes to fighting drugs in the country. It's obvious. Everyone can see it. Even the blind man in Liberia who using stick, they can see it that the government failed. So I don't know what you guys here fighting for. So look, guys, what we need to do is to put Liberia first. what you guys are doing is putting Liberia before, you are putting yourself before Liberia. Putting it because you said the government are going to succeed. Even when they are messing up, you want to still say they are doing the right thing. Fire truck is completely different from water truck. I hope you guys learned nothing today. And my brother, Kane, I'm not going to tell you to go back to school. I'm not going to tell you. I just want you to use your ingenuity. Now, when you come on the show, you don't make statements. You don't make statements. Yeah, I'm not attacking him. Nelson, I'm not attacking him. I'm not attacking him. I'm just trying to tell him that, yeah, okay, what I'm going to say.
I received a text from a hardcore Sidician who said he's very pleased with everything you said tonight. He said, thank you for your contribution to the show tonight. And he also extended his greetings to Famula. He said, Famula, thank you for participating. He said, James, thank you. Thanks for being here as well. And Vasco, the Loon Man, we appreciate your contribution on the show tonight. He said, Cindy, thanks for co-hosting tonight as well. And
he also said that Sunny should close now.
Nelson, call him name. Call him
Sunny not closing nothing.
He also said Sandy should close as well. So tell him thank you.
Nelson, who is this?
No, but I'll be very fair. Let me be very fair. I got 2 meetings. I will give my brother James 1 meeting. He has been attacked tonight. James, it's only fair that you use my 1 minute to respond. Thank you.
But Sandy, you don't have 2 minutes. You have 1 minute.
James, go ahead and use my 30 seconds. I'll use the remaining 30 seconds.
All right. Thank you very much, Sandy. Thank you very much. I think let me just say this. I don't like to do this, but I think with what's unfolding, I have to do this. When you come to an intellectual discourse, you should try to push your idea other than degrading other people. It's not everything George Famula you say on the show is 100% right. There are many things you say here that are far from the truth. People are not attacking you because we believe in each other's integrity. Try to push your point from your own angle, the way you see it, and stop degrading people. You need to go back to school to learn and blah, blah, blah. You are pushing this government fight against drug in 1 year. What did you achieve as your government? Should people tell you to go back to school and learn? No. You are pressing your government for achieving. They achieved, they did well. But they got, since they were post-war, like, bro, this is the first government I got only 1 term election elected. So should we go tell you to go back and read and learn? No. Don't degrade people on international platform like this, please.
Thank you. From Lofa.
Thank you. Thank you. 30 seconds wisely, please. Look, on my 30 seconds, I want to thank the second lady or first lady who is taking the initiative to build the rehab center. Now, the same way we question the former first lady of where she got the funding for City of Hope, we also want to question the second lady where she got the funding for this project. Prior to becoming second lady, we didn't see this project. Now that she's second lady, is it in the budget? Is it in the Liberia government budget? Is it her own money? Where is she getting it from? We want to know. We welcome the idea, but we will not just celebrate things without knowing where the money is coming from. People should not use our country, go out there and make money and not tell us who giving them money and come here and gonna take 5 million project. Who knows whether they receive 10 million? So again, it's a good project. We just need to know where the funding is coming from. Gentlemen, great show. Thank you so much for being here. Let's have a wonderful night. Nelson, come and close it. Don't allow Pambula to talk again.
I want to appreciate everyone for participating on the show tonight. It's been a great show. Thanks to our audience. On behalf of the whole crew here tonight, the late night show, I want to say thanks for joining us and have a good night. Bye-bye.
Everyone. Is it great? Like great?